or Numbani, or Hollywood even. So it does tend to have a lot of focused action. It can be difficult on defense though. Or sorry, it can be difficult for offense at some points as defense can set up around these choke points quite well. Here we go, let's get into it. Kind of interesting lineup here for the attacking team. Oh, they are switching around last minute. They were just trolling us. Okay, fine. Fine. Totally standard lineup. Although we do see Vorpal opting to go not with Mercy, but instead going with Zenyatta. So we do have Suit Base, the Genji with a a Harmony Orb on him. Genji with the Harmony Orb gets so much more difficult to kill than a regular old Genji. So Suit Base looking to take full advantage of that. And red team has pushed straight forward. And we actually, on the defending team, we also have an interesting support choice with, of course, Symmetra.
Yeah, Symmetra has gained a lot of favor. We've seen her in the EU Cup yesterday a fair number of times. If you can actually get your teleporter down, it's actually pretty easy to get it with Symmetra much quicker than it used to be. That's kind of a buff that she received, where if you just toss a couple of her big blue orbs, you can see them floating through the gate there. If you actually connect with maybe 3 or 4 orbs, you build percentage very quickly. So Symmetra literally just tosses out orbs, hides as long as she can, and plops that first teleporter down. If you think about it, it's almost like getting several delayed resurrections. If your point is close enough and they don't find it, you actually have, you know, essentially done more than a mercy res if you get people back into the fight quickly like that. So Symmetra does have a lot of favor now. Suit Base is going to get picked off as he tried to go all the way around the side of the base, but looks like Prime is regaining control now.
Megachu gets a really quick ult here that's helping a ton for his team. Able to clear things up when it was looking fairly decent from Vile there. They are at least able to get the capture point 2/3 collected. But already this is looking pretty damn decent for Prime. As holding, if you're able to hold this first objective for more than, like, honestly a minute or two, that's a moral victory. That's a win right there. This first objective can sometimes go a little bit quicker. But let's see what Vile can do. Still plenty of time on the clock. Definitely don't want to count them out here at all.
Yeah, I see Blam has Death Blossom available. The Zarya ult did go down, so he's probably going to pop it. Yeah, it wasn't the most effective Death Blossom, but it did, you know, clean the point. He maybe should have just hang on to that just because they did have them surrounded. Sometimes that's a feels bad man moment when you're playing Reaper and you pop Death Blossom just as everyone died or just as everyone popped their ults, but it's okay. He's going to build charge relatively quickly against these tanks anyway. He's going to move forward and start trying to pick off Chance. I'm watching Blam Reaper on defense, by the way. And he's just basically shelling everyone who comes in through that front gate while the rest of the team hangs on in the back trying to deal with the Genji. Suit Base is doing a great job harassing the backline again. Now they're sending Reaper back to try and deal with him, but he's essentially got to stay near the point to stay effective as Reaper.
I'm watching Suit Base right now. He just saw the teleporter. Maybe he didn't notice it, but he was definitely clear on his screen that the teleporter was there. Doesn't actually take it down, so teleporter's still up. And yeah, Suit Base has been distracted for a while, but I haven't really seen him get any kills in the last minute or so. Really finally be able to start doing what worked for his team here now. It does actually look like Vile finally getting the advantage they needed, and of course dropping that ult as well. Important stuff.
Oh, Mercy!
Suit Base not really able to collect the kills that I thought he was going to there.
Kit Kat's actually got the kill on Suit Base there. Man, that was very, very close, but it looks like they rallied and were able to stay alive. Prime on the defense there. Now we're reforming. I'm watching Reinhardt on the attacking team, Michael 3D. He is looking for that big, meaty Earth Shatter to knock everyone down on the ground. I see that teleporter is still up in the back for Prime. There's a defensive Zarya ult, but there's that Earth Shatter that we talked about. He's going to pin Zarya and take her out immediately.
Oh, wow.
Throw up that shield. There's a barrage coming from defense. Reinhardt just needs to move forward and get that shield up in front of his teammates, but it looks like they are going to cap it regardless after a good string of ults there on offense.
And now that we do finally have the kill feed in the game, it's not working perfectly with spectator mode right now, but I was just watching from the attacking team's point of view here, and you saw 4 kills going the way of the attacking team right in a row, and within about 4 seconds, 4 kills happen. And whenever that's the case, you can certainly expect one team to take a massive advantage. So if you're a newer player trying to follow the action, definitely would recommend that you do keep your eye trained to that top right-hand corner. And there's 2 kills, like I said, 3 kills, 4 kills now going for the attacking team. So proof's in the pudding. Oh, there is actually a revive from the Mercy, though, so everyone's back up and alive, but did at least force that out. And the kills continue to go the way of Vile here. So after a very slow start, to be honest, for Vile, they have picked up the steam and are absolutely crushing.
Back on Emong now, the soldier for the attacking team Vile, as I saw he was scoring a couple of kills there. And I'm just curious to watch his reticle. As you know, Soldier got some changes to his kit. His burst fire is a lot more accurate now than it used to be, but he also has damage fall off at range, so you can't really duel a Widowmaker anymore. You can't really duel a Hanzo who's up in a nest, but any close to medium range, Soldier just lights him up, especially if he just has that trigger discipline to burst fire. There's a ton of ults happening right now. Defensive Earth Shatter comes out, defensive Death Blossom, but it looks like they didn't score a ton of kills still. Emong still standing there with Winston and Zenyatta at his side, trying to pick off Mangachu in the sky. There he does get that kill on Pharah, and he's going to go for Lucio next.
Yeah, I'm not all that surprised to see Emong playing Soldier 76. That seems to be his favorite class in the game right now. Although, I have to admit, I don't really know if it's been working out great for them so far. Like, I almost would rather see a Pharah on this map. You know, Pharah's rockets do so much work, but I mean, I can't talk poorly because 5 out of 6 members of the attacking team, Vile, are on fire right now, which means they had not died in a long time. They've done a ton of damage, and Suitbase now is completely... he's getting everyone is turning on him, but again, he does have that Harmony Orb. There's no way he could survive this, but look, he has pulled the defending team into an awkward, out of position position. So the objective is moved forward, straightforward. A lot due to the fact that they had to collapse on Suitbase there.
Yeah, what you mentioned about the air superiority, Emong actually, with Soldier, has a relatively easy time taking out Pharah if he can land a Helix rocket or just maintain that burst fire that we were talking about. But Genji and Winston also on the offense make for a pretty good air force, honestly. Winston can leap at Mercy, Emong can shoot at her, and Genji can just dash up and try to cut through her. So you don't really need a Pharah as badly as we once thought. Maybe before the beta went down, it was, you know, a de facto you needed Mercy and Pharah, but there's a lot of good characters that can actually deal with it, it seems like, in recent times. And Mercy also receiving a bit of a nerf with her resurrection range means that she's been seen a lot less. So Pharah's had less direct support. There's a big string of ults happening right now. Defensive Gravity Surge there, defensive Barrage, defensive Lucio ult, everything's popping out now. Zenyatta staying alive through all of that, long enough to pop Transcendence. He's trying to get out of there while Michael 3D pushes forward. Emong popping his aimbot, trying to get some damage done, but there are some shields up, so it looks like they're just going to regain control of the payload and not really be able to push just yet.
So only 2 minutes and 20 seconds remain. Even if they're able to push straight forward and win this in the next couple of, the next 30 seconds, it's still not a great time to be setting here. Not bad, but not great. And now Michael 3D does go down. He was basically by himself. His team was dead. It was coming from spawn. Michael 3D caught a little bit out of position, and that hurts us for his team here. Like I said, only 2 minutes remaining, and every second counts at this point. They've really got to make it happen. And Suitbase making it happen, taking down the Pharah, and Suitbase has just played incredibly aggressive, absolutely not giving any shits at all here, just going straight forward, pulling the defense in all kinds of awkward positions. He may not be collecting the kills, but his distraction has been ridiculous so far on this final objective.
Yeah, Suitbase just cutting up that Pharah and Mercy combo as much as he can, trying to get in on Lucio as well. There he does actually take out Papa Smurf and Spo, and now only very few defenders are actually alive. Mangachu dropping another barrage. Looks like he did manage to kill Suitbase, but not much else.
And here's a nice flank from Blam, taking out the Zenyatta. This is starting to look really rough for Vile. They definitely want to set a time here. They absolutely, really need to set a time. Otherwise,
yeah, especially
going the way of Prime. Yeah, Prime,
with those
of course,
draw
did
rolls.
Take the first map.
Well, Prime hasn't attacked yet. They could stop them at A or stop them just
Sure.
before this checkpoint. So at least they've got 2 notches out of 3 in this King's Row map. There is that defensive Zarya ult, tons of ults, as you would expect. There's the aimbot from Emong, watching him try to take out Pharah, and now Reaper but so much HP available on the blue team, as well as that Reinhardt shield, means that Emong is not going to get the full value out of that. Unfortunately for the defense, Soup Base is going crazy at the same time, and he's just gunning everyone down. Mercy's not going to be able to res anyone because she just went down. Emong trying to take out Mangachu below the point, or below the map. That was crazy, but Mangachu actually boosted back up. That was actually kind of crazy. I don't know how you even saw her down there. But now they're moving forward. They're pushing with a couple Transcendence ult. Emong's on the payload with his Biotic Field. They just need to take out that Zarya and Reinhardt. They have a strong chance of actually finishing the map here in overtime.
Oh, yeah, it is going to go to overtime here. Both teams collapsing on the objective. It's a full-on
Mercy down.
fight. Both teams have plenty of folks up.
Aimbot's up.
It does look like the kills are going the way of course, Vile here. So Vile trying to set a time with all of their hearts. Diva's going to be able to maybe dash in here in time.
Two Divas, but they don't touch the point.
Yeah. So a time has been set, but just barely.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Barely.
We'll see the official time once we watch this play of the game, and then we'll add it to the overlay. Nice.
Yes, Transcendence is an ult that I felt like it was not that good in the first phase of the beta. It's okay, but it has to be. It's just so 10-13. All right, it's just so situational. But I've seen it coming into play a lot more recently, and I don't know exactly why that is. You know, we talked about this in the previous time we casted Josh just a couple of days ago. But there has been like a kind of minor but still significant buff for Zenyatta, for Symmetra, and for Zarya. You can now heal shields, which all of those characters do have.